Hey everyone, welcome back to another All Signs reading. We are going to be doing a reading on the topic inner truth versus illusion. Since we are in Pisces season, I thought that was an appropriate topic just for us to take a look on any areas that we could be confused about, where we could be hazy, things we could be avoiding or idealizing, things that are clouded, just to spotlight anything that isn't real. So you know what to release, things that you may need to realign with, and most importantly, so you know what to trust. So we are going to be going through each of the 12 zodiac signs. So if you are watching this reading on YouTube, I will make sure to provide the timestamps in the description box below so that you can jump to the messages that you're interested in hearing. I always recommend for you guys to listen to your sun, moon, and rising sign. But if you want to listen to a planetary placement like where your Venus is located or where your Saturn is located because it's doing something important for you in your birth chart, like you're having an important transit, then that's another way you could use this reading as well. So how you want to use it is completely up to you. We do have all 12 zodiac signs somewhere in our birth chart. So technically, if you wanted to listen to all of the signs, you could. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We are going to start with Pisces because we are in Pisces season. So Pisces, let's take a look at what is your inner truth versus what is an illusion. What are some things that could be confused right now, that you're not seeing clearly, that's clouded? What are things that you need to release because it's not real, it's an illusion. And maybe you regarding it as real or as your inner truth is keeping you stuck in some way. So we're gonna take a look now to see if we can pinpoint any of that for you and bring clarity into this space. I dropped a card. I think it's a Pisces card if I'm not mistaken. It's either the moon or the high priestess. Let me see. Oh, we have two. So we got the high priestess and the queen of cups. So starting off Pisces with a Pisces card. Very Piscean, right? Picking up on the Piscean energy in the air. Oh, no. I dropped the last two cards again. I hate doing that. Just because then I feel like I have to readjust everything. And okay, Pisces. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so currently Pisces, I see that you are very withheld right now. You are holding back, or you're keeping, your emotions and your feelings. You're really keeping it inside. You're not wearing it on your sleeve or being too open or public with what it is that you're feeling, or, what it is that you feel with your intuition, or, what you're going through emotionally maybe. I just do see you like in a very secretive energy, where you're keeping things very close to your chest. You're not being very open. So you could be kind of like taking a break from hanging out with people, or you're spending a lot of time alone, or you could just be very mysterious right now. Like people don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you're not really posting on social media, or there's just something I feel that you're going through alone, or you're not letting like a lot of people in on, whether this is some knowledge that you have, or again, just something like an intuition that you have, or something that you're feeling. I do see you behind the scenes. You're very behind the scenes. And I'm not seeing that this is easy. Like this seems like really heavy, sharp, like painful kind of energy here. So I don't know if you're reflecting like on your past, or right now is a time when a lot of the things that you haven't dealt with from the past is just like resurfacing for you to look at, for you to like process. And maybe that's why you're retreating while you do that kind of work. But I do see like heavy energy, difficult energy here. So where I think you could be confused, or what you're not seeing clearly, what the illusion is any positive attributes that you're associating to this situation. I feel like you don't want to be honest with yourself about something, because being honest with yourself is just going to make it even harder to deal with. But I think maybe whatever this is pertaining to, okay? So I don't know if it's you, like if you're reflecting on your own past actions or a way that you handled a particular situation, or if it's like someone that has done something to you and you're reflecting on like that person, like where they were coming from, you know? And I just feel like whoever it is, whether it's you or someone else, like you're giving this person grace, you know, like you're like, oh, well, we're all human and we all go through things and we're all very emotional. You know, we're emotional beings, whether we deal with it directly or not. And like, you're just trying to be like considerate of someone's emotional landscape and where they were, and kind of not like excusing their behavior, but again, like being considerate and not taking it to heart. Not necessarily not taking it to heart, that's not the right words. It's like you're not holding this person accountable like you should be. Okay, so that's the illusion. Again, I don't know who this is directed towards, because I think for all of you, it's going to be different. So I think for some of you, this is yourself. And for others of you, it's like someone that did something to you. Okay, so maybe if it's yourself, you're like, oh, well, I was just, you know, being kind. I was being nice. I was being open and receptive. And I'm like that with everybody. I extend that same energy to everyone. So if someone felt betrayed by, you know, my friendship to this person and to that person, and like if in this conversation, I was very, you know, supportive of them and their perspective, and I took up for them, like, you know, I said I was on their side or something, but then I kind of played both sides of the fence when I went over here and started, you know, then agreeing with this person against this person, you know. And you might be telling yourself like, you know, I'm just a nice person, I get along with everyone, like sue me that if I'm over here I can see their perspective, but when I go over here I can see their perspective. And then it's kind of like you don't stay neutral, you know, like everyone you're talking to, you make it seem like you understand them and like you're on their side and like they're valid, they're justified, you know, like you kind of like add fuel to the fire. And maybe this could have been something that made someone else feel very betrayed by you. It doesn't have to be that specific exact situation. This is just an example, but it's something that like you did, you know, you did something bad. Like you did something that really impacted someone for a long time, where they're carrying something difficult, you know, and you're kind of like minimizing it or you're downplaying it because like you're just trying to say like, I had good intentions, you know, I didn't want to hurt them. And so it's causing you to not see the pain that you may have put somebody through, like the severity of it. But again, this could be flipped. This could be like someone did this to you, like someone put you in some painful, difficult situation where you felt betrayed by someone, and something that someone did like really impacted you for a long time. And like you have so much forgiveness and empathy for that person. Like you're like, oh, well, you know, it's not their fault how they impacted me. Maybe it was innocent. They didn't know my triggers. They had good intentions, you know. And really, the truth of the matter is that this person caused a lot of pain and they meant to do it. It's like, I don't know, it's like they were an adult or something. They weren't a kid, you know what I mean? Like you have to hold them accountable. Like it wasn't a mistake, like they made a choice, you know? So it's like you're being too kind or too forgiving, or, you know, like you're making excuses for bad behavior that happened. And right now is a time that you're really like reflecting on this. And so again, the illusion is that this person is innocent, that they didn't know, that, you know, they had the best of intentions and it was a mistake or something. That's the illusion. Okay? The truth is that the person like spreading this kind of pain and hurt, I just heard like the person that's leaving that as a legacy. It's like that's what they're leaving behind, is like pain and hurt, you know, in their wake. It's like they're making that choice. Okay, no one is controlling that person. No one's holding a gun to that person's head, making them behave in the way that they behave. They behave that way using their own will. You know what I mean? Like they make their own choice. They make their own decisions and they behave that way. And I feel like this person has demons. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're picking up on. That's why you want to like forgive this person, or like not like really hold them accountable how you should be. Again, whether it's yourself or someone else, because this person does have demons. And I think like you do have an intuition about that. Like you have an intuition that maybe this person didn't have like the best experience growing up, or the best role models, or, you know, like they're not someone that's pro-social and that's gonna like be very considerate towards others. Like maybe they grew up in a world with the world's view that everything is like a competition and they have to stomp on other people to get theirs, you know, they have to play dirty, you know, like they probably feel like this world is not fair, so I'm not going to play fair, you know. It's like, you know, like a eat or get eaten kind of approach. And so when you have that kind of worldview or that kind of perspective, you can be very damaging. You could be a very damaging individual. You could just cause a lot of hurt and pain and betrayal, again, in your wake, where you don't value like people or friendships or how you're impacting people. You're only considering yourself and what are you going to get out of it. And you get, you know, you want to get ahead regardless of how that affects other people, regardless of how your actions affect other people. And so that's the truth. The truth is that there's a harshness here. There's a choice that was made. This is not a mistake. There's a very competitive type of an energy here, someone that doesn't care. Whether, again, it's because of trauma that they've had to endure, fine. But at the end of the day, that's work they have to do, you know, to be a better person. And it's work that they're not willing to do or they don't think they have to do because they don't care enough. They're prioritizing, you know, their own gains and successes and wins, and they don't care about like how they impacted or how they affected other people, how they hurt other people, you know, what sword they put in someone's back and is still there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're giving people traumas and wounds that then they have to carry. So maybe this isn't pertaining to like one specific person. Maybe it's about a lot of people, because I do see you in a very reflective place. So maybe you're looking at like your life in general, like as a whole, and how much grace you gave or something, and like, or you're seeing a situation, a specific situation, where it's like someone did you dirty and like they did that on purpose. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice they made. They chose to show up in that way. They chose to betray you. They chose to play dirty. They chose to give you some kind of trauma, some kind of wound that then you had to like hold on and carry for a long time. Or maybe you're tracing back, you know, like you're tracing back to the stuff that you carry, the painful stuff, and you're tracing back like where did it stem from? Where did it come from? And maybe you're just looking, like reflecting on who put those there and why. Like, why do you have the triggers that you have? Or why do you carry the pain that you do? And yeah, you could just be reflecting. But the illusion is that you're like not holding people accountable, or you're not holding yourself accountable. And I just feel like it's because it's painful. Like, it's hard. It'll be even harder. It'll make it even harder to like admit to the fact that these people are crap, and like that they are that way on purpose, and that it's not like by accident, or you know, they don't mean that. They didn't mean it. They have good intentions. They didn't mean to impact you in that way. It's like, unfortunately, the harsh truth is that yes, they did. I feel like they very much so knew what they were doing, and there was like a competitive energy, and it's like they hurt you on purpose. And I feel like the sooner that you can really accept that, I feel like that's going to help you to release a lot of these things, you know, because I feel like you having so much empathy is what keeps you like stuck. Like, you don't heal, because then it's kind of like you feel how you feel, you know, you were impacted, you know, you feel hurt, but then you're like, yeah, but they didn't mean to, or like, you know, you try to justify it, you try to make excuses, and that doesn't help you to process it. That doesn't help you to heal, you know? It's like you have to acknowledge your pain, and it's like, whether that was their intention or not, like, this was their impact. This was the impact that it had on me. And I don't know, I just feel like it'll help you to deal with this, because I feel like you're just carrying this. It's like you're carrying something and you're not dealing with it. And you have to address it. You have to deal with it. It's like an elephant in the room. And in order for you to free yourself, you know, of this hurt, this pain that you carry within, it's like being able to face it, see the hard, cold truth about it. And something about that process, I feel like it's going to make you very independent. Like, I feel like it's going to separate who you are and like people like this are, you know, or if like you're ashamed about yourself and like something that you did, or a way that you behaved. It's like now you see the impact, you know, the pain that you caused, and now you're going to want to do better. If you know, you're going to want to be nurturing, and you're going to want to be like more supportive and like loving, and like you want to have a positive impact, you know. But first you have to like accept this, you know, accept what this was, what this is, so that then you can move forward in a way that's healthy. So if it was that someone was doing this to you, like directing that bad energy towards you, it's like now you're gonna see like, oh, I was like being like too kind to that person, thinking that, you know, it was unintentional, but it was a choice for them to treat me how they did. And now I see the difference between a person like me and a person like them. And I see how, you know, loving I am, and how pro-social I am, and caring and considerate I am. And there's value in me being how I am. You know, like it's not something you have to carry. Like they have to sleep with themselves at night. Like they have to look in the mirror and, you know, deal with all their skeletons. Like you could have the reflection, like if that's who you want to be, that's how you want to impact, that's the energy you want to carry and put out, then that's you. That's your choice. That's your decision. I choose different. You know, and like really getting past the idea that you needed this person in any way to like, because I feel like you wish that this person could have been there for you, or been kind, or been supportive, or nourished you in some way. And it's like realizing that that's just not who this person is. This person has a cold heart. They're, you know, like a really gross, nasty person. And it's like, it has nothing to do with you. Like this is how they would treat anybody, because it's a reflection of them. It's a reflection of who they are. So it helps you to like give yourself what you need. You know what I mean? To heal. You know, whatever you were seeking or wanting out of them, it's like being able to provide it to yourself, because you see that they are not capable of giving you what you need. So then you rise up and you become your own hero, and you meet your own needs. It's like, don't stay stuck here. You know what I mean? Don't stay stuck here, like giving this person the benefit of the doubt, or making up excuses, or, you know, see the truth of them. And like that, it's going to help you move forward. Like you have to see that, like, they're just a bad apple. Like they're just bad. Maybe you also wish like that there's hope here, like to forgive and for a reconciliation or something, but it's like you don't want this person in your life. And for some of you, it's like you don't want to be this person anymore, because you see how empty it is. And even if there's an illusion of getting gains and winning and being on top or something, it's an empty win. It feels hollow. It doesn't feel good because of the way that you did it. So yeah, it's about like addressing some kind of stagnancy that exists here. Okay, Pisces, that was your message. I truly hope this message has served you. Let me know how it resonated. I hope to see you guys around here again very soon. And until next time, bye. Hey Aries, welcome to your reading on what is your inner truth versus what is an illusion. We are going to be looking at things that you could be avoiding, things that you could be regarding as real, that's not real, ways that you're clouded, to give you clarity on what it is that needs to be released, what it is that you should align with, and trust moving forward. Okay, so let's take a look for you, Aries. So Aries, what I'm seeing here for you, your current energy right now is you seem to be like in a very dreamy kind of an energy. You could be daydreaming a lot or fantasizing a lot about your future, or about something that maybe you would like to happen, you know, something that you're like romanticizing or idealizing, and you're like playing it out in your mind, how it's all gonna go, you know, in detail, and you could get like lost in this dream and this fantasy. It could also be that you're very like meditative right now, like maybe you are spending a lot of time sleeping and actually having dreams, or just spending a lot of time like in a state that's not like in this real world, you know, like meditating and like having visions and really engaging like with your spirituality. So the illusion that I'm seeing here for you guys is that you have to like defend yourself and like stand your ground and fight people, like fight to have something I guess that you really care about, or that there's people like against you, and you have to keep looking over your shoulder and you have to be vigilant, and I don't know, like if there's someone out to get you. If you're feeling that, I feel like that's where you're confused. That's what's not real. It's like there's no one out to get you. I'm feeling like you think that the threat is external. Like you're feeling like there's people out to get me, or, you know, I have to be strong, and I have to defend myself, and I have to like stand my ground and like mark my territory in some way. And you think that the problem or the threat is coming from outside of you. And I think the truth of the matter here, Aries, is that the problem exists inside of you. Okay, so I am seeing that this has to do with projection. It's like you're projecting that the problem exists outside of you, but the problem is actually inside of you. The problem exists in your own lens. It's not like outside of you, even though you could be perceiving it in that way. It exists, the problem exists in how you are relating to it, like how you are perceiving it. It's in your own perception. Something that you're perceiving to be a problem, where it really is, it's like in your own belief. It's like you have a hard ingrained core belief about something. And so like when you look at it, like when you look out on it, you think the problem is on what you're looking at, but the problem is on your belief. Does that make sense? Like it's on your outlook. It exists inside of you. So when you stop looking outside, like externally for the problem, you know, and you start accepting that the problem is inside of you, is in how you're perceiving something, and how what you believe about something, how you relate to something, your own like maybe stereotypes, you know, something like that. That's when you're going to really get down to like the core, and where you can really make some meaningful changes, okay? So there's something that you need to like destroy, you know, that needs to come crumbling down. Let me get a clarifier here. Like what exactly? It's like there's some sort of construct or foundation, something about how you feel, your feelings, your emotions. Yeah, it's like you think that you feel a certain way because you think something outside of you is causing you to feel this way. You know what I mean? Like you think something or someone is the cause of your emotions, but what I'm seeing is that you're the cause. Like the cause is you. The cause is like how you view something, how you perceive something. It's just saying that you need to reevaluate. You need to look at it from a different perspective. Like maybe you feel like someone's in the way, or someone's getting in the way of your plans, or like someone doesn't want you to succeed, like someone's actively trying to like make sure that you don't win, or that you don't have like a positive, happy future or something. And if it's not like a specific person, like it's like you're blaming it on something outside of you. So maybe like the circumstances that you're in, it's like life doesn't want me to win, you know, like, or the circumstances that keep presenting, like they're always against me. Like I always have to climb a mountain. I always have to fight, you know. It's like the circumstances, it's the system, it's always something and not you. The truth is that it's yourself. It's how you perceive it or how you interact with it. Like life, maybe just in general. Like maybe you just have bad habits, or you like the actions that you take is what puts you like at odds with certain realities, and then you blame something else, but it was you. Like you're the one that did that, or you're the one that believed that, or you're the one that reacted like that, or it's your actions. I'm hearing immature, emotional immaturity. So it's like you're emotionally immature. You don't know how to deal with your feelings directly, so you deal with them indirectly. You project because you don't know how to deal maybe like with your sadness or your hurt or your pain, feelings of rejection. You don't sit down and just let those rise up, sit through that, process it, accept them. You know, like if you have to be sad, it's like maybe you try to brush it off like, oh, I don't care. But you care, and it's just, it comes out in a different way. It comes out in a way that's destructive, you know, and it's like you don't even know your own impact. Like it's like not being very self-aware and careful. It's like you're very reckless and you don't even know your own impact. And how chaotic and destructive your own feelings or your own actions are, and how it's like you're your own worst enemy because it's how you move. This is how you move in the world, and it like comes to bite you in the butt. But then you want to blame something else, You want to blame other people, or you want to blame emotions. Maybe you want to blame emotions. Maybe you're like, oh, that person's so emotional. Oh my God. And you don't see like the severity of your actions. So it's like you're not seeing like ways that you could be corrupt or selfish. You're not seeing that there are ways that you need to grow, that there are ways that you can be a better person, a more responsible person, a more self-aware person, someone that's more considerate and kind and present and can see how they're impacting, someone that's just more aware, And it's like you lack some kind of self-awareness here, where you feel like you have to fight with something or someone outside of you, and the only person you're fighting with is you, is yourself, is your own emotional immaturity, because it's your own emotional immaturity that destroys things in your life, that causes problems, that causes chaos, that causes issues. It's you. It's you. That is the illusion for you, Aries. It's understanding like, what do you have to stop doing? Like, what do you have to let go of? What isn't, helping you in your life, Where are you your own enemy? Where are you causing your own undoing? So that you can become real with yourself and walk away from those habits, actions, responses, so you can stop engaging in that way. You can stop showing up in that way. It's like you have a defensiveness, and I feel like you direct it externally, and instead you need to like direct it to yourself, because you're the one putting yourself in any like tough situation that you find yourself in. It's you basically like putting yourself there. It's like you don't see your own impact or something. Like you don't see like what you did and like how you contributed. Like, how did you get yourself there? You know what I mean? Like, what did you say? How did you act? You're not taking yourself into account. You're only looking at outside of you. And that's a weakness. That's a weakness, Aries. That's something you do have to develop and strengthen. It's not just you. I think we live in a society that normalizes this. But it is a weakness, and it is a skill to be able to become aware and to become better, more responsible, more present, and more honest and truthful. But that is what you have to do if you want this to clear up, this illusion, if you want to hit it with the sword of truth, So yeah, all you can really do right now is just reflect on this, sit on it, make sure you are taking yourself into consideration, like you're taking like your actions, your words, your responses, you're taking all of that into consideration as well. You're not just like looking outside of you and like judging, like making judgments, like, oh my God, you're overreacting, or it's really not a big deal, or why are you acting like this? Why are you going against me? Why you always want to fight with me? It's like there's a reason, and that reason is you, but you have to see like, what are you doing to experience what you're experiencing, because it's like you're not taking into account your own actions, like how you are contributing, like your own perspective. Like it's your own perspective that's flawed, okay? So yeah, I think the advice here is also to like learn how to deal with your emotions directly, so that you don't project, I feel like there's like something that you have inside of you, like a belief that you have inside of you, or a way that you are, that you think like, oh, like because you are that way, or because you think about it in that way, that means that that's what's real, or like that's how everybody is. And so then you could like project qualities onto people, and it's not fair, or it's not like a true representation of them, because really what you're projecting out is like your own qualities, or your own like insecurities. So yeah, Aries, I hope that was helpful. Let me know how that resonated. I hope this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you guys around here again very soon. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye. Hey Taurus, welcome to your reading on what is your inner truth versus what is an illusion. Let's take a look at where you could be confused, what you could be avoiding or just not seeing clearly, so that we can bring clarity to the situation, so you know what to trust or what you need to release or what you need to realign with. So let's see what comes out for you. Okay, Taurus, let's see what we have here. So the energy that I'm seeing you in currently is a very independent energy. You seem to just be focused on your own thing. You seem to just be relying on yourself. I see you being very self-sufficient, like just taking care of yourself and your environment and like your things, your to-do list. And I do see you seeing like good results with that. Like you are getting some fruit, you are seeing the fruit of your labor, and all of the results you're getting, it's because of the work that you've been putting in. So what I'm seeing is the illusion here is you may be thinking that this is who you are, or this is like who you want to be, or your happiness, that this is your truth or something. It's like, you're very good at being self-sufficient and at taking care of your surroundings and, you know, the environment around you. Like, I feel like everything is beautiful. Everything is like well maintained and upkept and clean. And, you know, like you're good at taking care of yourself and like the things around you. And because of that, maybe like there is a type of comfort there that you're just like, whatever, like this is just life. I can only count on myself. I can only expect that this is the way it's going to be forever. Like this is probably just how I thrive is alone. Or maybe it's like you think like you're never going to have someone that you can count on, or someone that's going to like, you know, cook for you, you know, like be like do something for you, you know, like clean the house for you, wash the dishes, or like take care of things for you. I feel like you have so much initiative and you're just so independent and you just do everything on your own that you don't believe that there's anyone that's ever gonna come through that's gonna like surprise you and show up for you in the way that you show up, with that same type of efficiency and initiative and like work ethic, you know? And yeah, I just think like you feel that, well, this is it, you know, like I'm just meant to like be by myself, or I'm just meant to depend on myself, or I just have to take care of myself forever. I'm just gonna be alone forever, or I'm gonna be single forever, something like that. And you think that this is like your path. You think this is what's meant for you. This is what you foresee into your future. But the truth here, Taurus, is that you could be a little cold, okay? I feel like maybe because you're so self-sufficient, maybe like you discourage other people from like showing up for you and doing things for you. Maybe like you'll be like, oh, you didn't do it right, you know, or no, that's not how it goes. It goes like this, or you know what I mean? Like you could be very like cold and like very like anal, or like this is the way it goes. And no, you didn't do it right. Instead of like seeing someone's like effort, you see what's wrong with it and how it's wrong, or you know, like maybe you point out like, no, it's not done right, like that's not the way it goes, instead of seeing that someone was trying to do something for you. I'm gonna pull a clarifier to make sure I'm on the money with that, because that is like what I'm seeing here, but I just want to make sure. I feel like you're very cold, and maybe, yeah, like you could be repelling them. Like it's like you think that, okay, well, no one's ever gonna show up for me. You know what meme I'm thinking about? It's like a meme with a cat, and the cat is like looking out the window, and it's like, it's such a cold, lonely world. I'm gonna be alone forever. And then like someone comes to like pet the cat, and then the cat is like, get away from me. And then like the person like runs away, and then the cat goes back to like staring out the window like, cold, cold, lonely world. You know, so that's the energy I'm getting. It's like you think that you're meant to be alone, or that no one's ever going to be there for you, but really it's like you are pushing people away, you're repelling people. Like, I don't know, you could be like a perfectionist or something. I don't think you mean to do it. Let me see. No, it fell. Yes, oh my gosh, it's like you don't mean to do it. So it comes from childhood. They're saying that it comes from childhood, that you weren't like nourished and taken care of like properly, your your needs weren't properly met. Okay, so it's very hard for you to receive love. I feel like you had to learn from an early age to like take care of yourself, and like no one's gonna coddle you. And so you have like a coldness to you. Like you have like man up, man up. Are you done crying? You know, like there's a coldness to you. And I feel like that's a pain. That's a hurt that you carry from childhood, and you are keeping it alive with how you show up. I feel, I don't know, it's like something about how you are. You don't receive love. Like you don't receive love, or you repel it, or like you're mean. Like you're mean about it. Or if you see someone's soft side, like you consider it weak or something, and so you can make people feel bad. So yeah, and it's something that you don't want to like face about yourself. I feel like you want to avoid it, you know, so much so that you're willing to convince yourself like, oh, whatever, like I'm just meant to be alone. I'm just meant, you know, to do it all on my own, to just to I have my own back, you know, I can only count on myself, just me, myself, and I. But that's the illusion. The illusion is that you are contributing to repelling people away. It's because you're not very receptive to like emotions and feelings and love and like softness, vulnerability, you know what I mean? Like not very vulnerable, not very like mushy or ooey gooey. Like it's very like, you done crying? Or like, are you gonna grow up now? Or instead of realizing like someone's trying to make an effort for you, or do something nice for you, like you just look at what was done wrong, you know, and like you highlight like that it's not done right, or how it could improve, or all the ways it's, again, like inefficient. And you know, like you have to see how you push people away, how you can hurt people, like you hurt their feelings, or you're hiding from love. Maybe it's like you have such a like a wound when it comes to love, and like you don't trust it or something, so you repel it. It's like because you didn't get that when you were young, you feel like you can't trust it. Like when it's in your face, it feels weird, or you can't trust it, it's untrustworthy, and so you push it away. Or maybe it's like like you associate like love and like being vulnerable and being pure and giving, like you associate that with pain or something. And so it elicits like a trigger where you turn like stone cold and you repel it away. Like you get uncomfortable, and you just like don't accept it. You can't receive it. You can't accept that someone could actually be genuinely offering you that, you know? For some reason, when anybody is offering you that, it's like a trigger. This could have to do with your relationship with your mother. Again, I'm feeling like it's your upbringing. Like your mother is supposed to be like nurturing and loving, and I don't know, like there's a feeling like you didn't have that. And so maybe that's why you're not very like nourishing and receptive and like soft and all of those things. I feel like it's because you probably had a tough go at it, you know, you had to grow up really fast, or you had to grow up like without that kind of love and care. I'm hearing like TLC, like you didn't have tender love and care. So it's like it's hard for you to engage in that. And I think that's like a big part in relationships. You don't have to be, you know, like not everybody is like a sensitive, ooey gooey, mushy person, but like they have their own ways of showing that, like showing that they care and that they love them, and that I'm here and I'm listening and I'm with you, and I'm receiving, I can receive and I can give, I can hold, you know, and that there's something about that receptivity, or that like emotional reciprocity. I feel like that's what it is. I think practically you're very good. It's like your love language is like the house is clean, everything is done, everything is in order, everything is where it needs to be, like all the practical stuff, you know? But it's like you don't know how to be like emotionally available. Like you don't know how to meet someone emotionally, I think. And it's because of your upbringing. I'm seeing like your mother, you never learned or something how to do this or show up in this way. And that's a big part of relationships, you know, is the emotional part. And so I feel like that's why you're stuck, and maybe like why you feel like you're just gonna be single forever or something. So let me see, what is the advice for you? Because I'm seeing like just to see it, like just to become aware of it. Like that's the first piece of advice, and like the first step is just to see what you're avoiding, your side of it, your part of it, how you're not innocent, you know? Yeah, it's like you're not very considerate towards human emotions. Like you don't make space for human emotions. You don't have a lot of like compassion or patience or understanding. Again, because like you're hurt, you're heartbroken in some way. Yeah, it's like it's your block. So maybe you want to learn, you know, like about emotions and like how to be supportive and how to show up for people. First, learn how to do it for yourself, because if you are not able to do this for other people, it's because you probably aren't even affording that energy to you. So you need to learn how to do this for yourself, like how to be considerate and compassionate and caring and understanding of like your own experiences and like processing through that pain, through that hurt, seeing how it was wrong, you know, why it was wrong, that even though it made you into someone that's very efficient, like you are still lacking in some way and it's because of this. And you don't want to keep passing this energy down, you know, because you see how it affected and influences your life. And so you want to stop it here and you want to learn about love and emotions and feelings and letting those happen and within yourself and within others, and making sure that you can be someone that can hold emotions, that can hold space for yourself, for others, that can be considerate and compassionate, can be caring, can know how to love, again, yourself and others, can know how to nourish, nurture, support, be kind, you know, and maybe your words too. I feel like your words can be very sharp. Your communication, it can be very sharp. It can be very like painful, hurtful to be on the other end of. So like just be mindful of your speech and how you talk, how you communicate. Like there's a way to communicate that's honest, 100% honest, that's holding people accountable, but like that you're not just being like cruel, you know, you're not being cruel. So you want to address where you're cruel, like your cruelty, because I feel like maybe you had to endure cruelty and you have to see like where are you cruel and how you can stop like pushing that energy forward and how that kills your relationships, so that you can change things up, change things around. That doesn't have to be your reality forever. This doesn't have to be your truth, you know, your future. You can create something different. You can have a whole different reality, but you have to plant it from like a seed. You know what I mean? Like right now it's very established. This way that you are is very established. And if you don't do anything about it, this is the trajectory, you know, but you can change it. You can change the trajectory. You can plant a different seed and watch that seed grow and have a different experience and thrive in relationships and in communication, in having like a good reputation and people liking you and wanting to be around you. You know, it's like if people don't want to be around you, it's because like maybe they don't feel the love, you know? So yeah, it's just a matter of you like really reflecting and growing in wisdom when it comes to these topics, okay? And just becoming better, being a better person when it comes to this. And having compassion for yourself, having compassion, like understanding like why you're like this, and you know that you're not like a bad person, that you're just like a product of your environment, but it doesn't have to be this way. That doesn't have to define like what you attract to yourself and your experience. You can do the work, you can be different, you can be self-aware and change, make the changes that you need to bring things into alignment, into balance, and to like really invite that happiness into your life, you know, like community and love and relationship. Okay, Taurus, so that was your message. I truly hope that this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you guys around here again very soon. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye. Hey Gemini, today we are looking into what is your inner truth versus what is illusion, so that hopefully we can shine a light on what is confused, what are the things that you need to release, let go of, because it's not what's real, versus what is real and what you should trust. So let's take a look at what comes out for you, for Gemini. Okay, Gemini, so let's see what we have here for you. Okay, Gemini, so I am seeing you currently in an energy where you are being very like protective of yourself, defensive. Okay, so any little thing that you perceive is coming at you from a derogatory lens, or anybody you think is trying to like get one over on you or make a slick little comment or something. It's like you're ready to respond, you're ready to fight back. You know, you have an energy right now where it's like, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Not today. You know, like I will come for you. It's an energy where it's like, I wish you would. Like, I wish you would. I dare you. As a matter of fact, I dare you, you know? And I think it's because right now you're experiencing some kind of sadness, okay? Or you could be, even if it's not fresh, like if it's not something that happened recently, you could be just like really thinking about some kind of loss that you had, something that didn't work out, that didn't pan out, or didn't go your way. It could be like a relationship that you lost. It's something that you lost. So something that you lost is making you feel sad. And the way that that sadness is being expressed is through like anger and being very hot-headed right now and like aggressive. You do have like a pissed off kind of an energy about you. But the illusion is that this loss was something that was detrimental to you. Like this loss was an actual loss. I feel like it was a loss. Like you did have to experience some kind of a loss. But how I like to think of it is like rejection is protection, or you know, doors, certain doors close because it's like the universe looking out, or if something closes, it's because it wasn't meant to be. You know, that whole idea of like a door closes, another one opens. If it ended, if you lost it, like there's a reason, there's a bigger purpose why. You know, I think spirit just wants you to try to see it as like, okay, I'm sad. Like they don't want you to bypass being sad. I feel like, okay, be sad. It's okay. Like be sad. You lost this. That's a totally human, normal emotion to experience and to have. And you shouldn't just try to like erase it away. You should be able to experience that, let it come up, be where you're at, be sad, process those emotions. But they want you to get to a place where it's like you gain like some sort of wisdom, or you perceive it with like a sort of wisdom, with a certain kind of wisdom. Like maybe start reflecting on, well, why did I lose it? You know, if it was a relationship, it's like, well, we weren't compatible. You know, like I couldn't be myself. I couldn't express my true feelings. So in a sense, it's a blessing, you know, that now I don't have to be in a situation like that. Or if it's like you lost a job, you know, it's like, well, did the job really align with you? Was it getting in the way of other things? Were you getting paid well? You know, like there's a reason. Like you can always find like a reason why something didn't go as planned or didn't align, or you know, like you perceive it as a loss, but really when you look at it, it was like protection, or it was like spirit, like trying to clear that out of the way because it wasn't what was the best thing for you. And in order for them to align you with what's best, it's like they had to clear that out. So instead of focusing on what was lost, it's like focus on what's still to be gained, like what's still there that's for you, and that where there's possibility, where there's potential. Like they want you to be able to shift your perspective and see, like, because that was removed, what's open now, you know, like what's there for the taking, like what's, again, like what has opportunity, potential, what hasn't been lost, you know? So the truth here is that something that you lost, you're focusing on, you know, what was spilled, like what is no longer, what is no more, instead of focusing on what you still do have and what can you do with that. Because something about what you have, what you still have, what's still available to you, like that's where the real magic is. There's like a real solid opportunity there. There's something there that you can like grow, and that's the truth. So don't be angry and pissed off and mad, you know, because of this loss. Again, like process how you need to process. I'm not telling you how to process. I'm not telling you to erase anything, you know, to try to bypass anything. Like we can't do that. Like deal with it how you're going to deal with it. As long as you eventually get to the place where you know, like, well, yeah, that sucked and I'm sad about that. But you can redirect your focus to what still is available to you, to what is still there, what still exists, what has not been lost, what you still have, okay? You haven't lost everything. You haven't lost it all. You can grieve what you lost for sure, but just know that you haven't lost it all. And what you still have, there's some kind of big opportunity there. And it's almost like what you lost, it was like it needed to go in order for you to focus on what you still have, because what you still have is actually better or something. And the second that you're able to like connect that, you know, like see the reality of that, you can put it into motion. You can do what it is that you have to do. You can act on it. And it's going to bring so much happiness to you. You're going to feel happy. You're not going to be like this grumpy, grouchy person anymore. You're going to be happy and like you're Gemini, you know what I mean? Like you love to communicate. You love community. You love friends and people. You're going to be yourself again, you know? Where like you can thrive in that kind of environment, in that kind of space, you know, where you can give in that kind of space, you know what I mean? Like give friendship, make people laugh, have great conversations, help facilitate a good time. So yeah, I feel like right now your energy is very grumpy, is very grouchy, is very like opposing, but once you can connect to the truth, your whole energy is going to shift. Like you're going to be happy-go-lucky, fun, which I think is like naturally who you are. That's like your natural energy. So you can align back to that. And I feel like that's a very pleasant energy. You know, people love to be around you, around that energy when you're like just yourself. When you're just yourself having a good day, it's like automatically the energy is like it's a party, it's a good time, it's fun and games, it's laughs, good conversation, good communication, like just a good back and forth, you know? And everything just feels like expansive and like there's opportunity everywhere because of the connection that has the potential, you know, to exist and like ground and grow, like the friendships. And yeah, it's just like a very beautiful energy, Gemini. So once you grieve this loss, I feel like, you know, you're gonna gain a certain kind of wisdom, or at least that's the hope, right? That you see the truth. The truth is that maybe the truth also is like it needed to happen so that you can grow, or so that you can grow in wisdom. So I don't know. That could be another possibility here. But for sure, I'm seeing like the truth is that not all is lost, you know, and what you do have is still so important and valuable. You just have to invest in it, you know? You haven't lost it all. You haven't lost everything. And maybe like what you lost, it was like poison. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't good anyway, which again, I'm not saying don't grieve it, because if that's how you feel your feels. But it's like one day maybe you're gonna see like, I was so sad over that, and like now I see how incompatible it was, or like how, you know, not a big deal it was, or like it wasn't that big of a loss. I experienced it like it was such a big loss, but really I never lost the gold, you know, I never lost what was actually really, truly valuable. Okay, Gemini, that's your message. I truly hope this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you guys around here again very soon. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye. Hey Cancer, today we're going to be looking into what is your inner truth versus what is an illusion, so that hopefully we can shine a light on what you need to let go, what you need to release, what isn't real, what's clouding your vision, and what are the things that you should trust and realign with. So let's see what comes through for you. Okay, Cancer. So the energy that I'm seeing you currently in is one where I feel like you are retreating. You are feeling like you need to walk away from something, like you are sensing that something here is done. It's over. There's nothing else to be gained. There's nothing that can grow here. You know, you're sensing that something is dead, barren, empty. and there's nothing left to do but to release it, to walk away. So I am going to pull a clarifier here because I am getting like a conflicting message where I'm seeing you in this energy where you want to walk away from something, or you currently are like in the process of doing that. Like you've decided you're walking away from something, but the illusion, it looks like that something can work here. So I want to get clarity on that, because it's like you're walking away from something, but it's like you're walking away from something even if you think that there's still hope, or that, you know what I mean? Like things can change, or things can open up, or like maybe you think like you can come back to this thing and it's going to be a brighter day or something. It's going to be different circumstances better. And that's the illusion. Let me just get a clarification card. So your illusion is whatever you have your sights on as like, this is my next step. This is what I'm going to plan. I'm going to make my plans towards this. This is where like my brighter day is, you know, this is where the grass is greener. I'm going to move in this direction because I know that it's going to be like fertile. It's going to be rich, you know, abundant. I'm going to find resources there. I feel like that's the illusion. Okay, Cancer. Okay, so I'm getting like a clearer picture of what's going on. So Cancer, I'm seeing that you're walking away from something. You've decided, you've made up your mind that something is dead, barren, empty. There's nothing here for you and you need to leave it. Like you need to go, you're gone, you know, you're not happy here. Something about this, it's like your needs aren't getting met, or you're not getting fulfilled, or something. But I feel like if you are walking away from something because you think the grass is greener somewhere else, like if you decided like, no, this, you know, this is old, this is stagnant, nothing is gonna come from this, I just have to like let go of this so I can look ahead, look forward, and start anew, like set my sights elsewhere and build somewhere else, you know, go over here because over here there is life and there is fertility and there are opportunities and abundance. You know, like if you're making those comparisons, if you're saying one place is empty, barren, dead, gone, done, and another place is the opposite of that, that's the illusion. Whatever place you think that the grass is greener, that there's like brighter days ahead, that, you know, like a new day, there's a new day, there's going to be a new experience. That's the illusion. I feel like you're trying to run away from something without dealing with it at the core. Okay, so it's like you think you have to let go of a certain location or relationship or something because it feels dead and empty and like barren, and it just feels like it's over. And so you think like, I'm going to find, you know, the opposite of that energy. I'm going to find life somewhere else. But really, I feel like you're the one carrying that energy wherever you go. I don't think the situation or what it is that you're leaving behind, like I don't think that that was inherently like where the problem is. Because wherever you're going, whatever your plans are, whatever you think is better, that's the illusion, okay? And I feel like you are feeling anxious about this. Like it's something that you think a lot about, that you could overthink a lot about, especially at nighttime. Maybe like your mind just can't stop, or it goes to dark places. You know, you have like a lot of anxiety about this. And maybe it's because you sense that you're wrong, you know, like that you're wrong. Like you're like, well, I think this is what's right, but like something inside of you is not sure. It's unsure. And so that's why you're anxious. But yeah, Cancer, I'm seeing that you're not seeing something clearly here. Which makes sense. This is a reading about what is the illusion. So the illusion is that whatever you think is the next step for you, whatever it is that you want to make plans towards, you want to go there. Like if you want to move or get a different house, or just you want to go somewhere else where you think it's going to be better, brighter, shinier, more abundant, that's actually not the case. And it's like deep down you know it, because deep down you feel like an intuition, like I'm not sure, like if I'm just like having wishful thinking, like I'm not actually really sure. if that is going to be more abundant for me or like a better opportunity. You could also be thinking about it like very practically as well. Like you could also be playing it safe. And that's another way that right now, currently, with this specific situation, like that's another way where it's like it's not gonna change anything for you. Okay, so I think, Cancer, that the reason why you're leaving something, the reason why you've made up your mind that something is no longer working for you and like there's nothing left here, is because you came into this situation in the same way that you're planning on going into your next situation. So it's like the cycle is still repeating. So maybe you got into this situation because you thought it was safe, or you thought like it was reliable, it was going to provide something for you, your needs were going to be met, you know, something very like grounded like that. And so your next step, it's like you're going into it with that same exact mentality, okay? So it's just going to end the same. And it's because like you're choosing things, you're picking things that are safe, but they're not necessarily something that you feel like passionate about, excited about, curious about. You know, it's like have an adventure, you know, like invite an adventure, something different, something new, something you could be excited about. Because I feel like you're just gonna end up in the same like cycle where it's like you go in this direction because it's safe, but then you're not happy there. It's very like anxiety inducing, and eventually it's going to drain you of like your life force energy, where you're just going to like be right back where you are right now, like feeling like, oh, there's nothing left here, there's nothing, you know, like I can't do this anymore, I can't even fathom like going back there again for another day, like because it's not something that you feel connected to. It's not something that you feel like has meaning or purpose for you. Like you are only attaching yourself to it because there's some sort of like stability or safety or something, which I feel like is smart, but it's like you're not considering you yourself as a person and like what you want and what's gonna like make you happy and keep you engaged, and you know. And so eventually it's just gonna end the same way, where it's just like, I need to leave. Like there's nothing here for me. This is dead. This is empty. This is over. I can't do this. I can't do that. You know, like it's draining. And it's like you're just on a wheel. So you're just gonna get yourself into a different situation, again, that's safe. And then you're gonna just find yourself there again, where it's like something isn't working, something doesn't feel good, it's draining my energy, you know? And it's like you have to connect with like your passion, essentially. You know what I mean? It is what the advice here is. So they're saying like deep down, you know that this isn't a good move for you. You're trying to convince yourself like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna like this better. You're trying to convince yourself like because it's different, because it's new, because I haven't ever experienced it before, but it's still not something that is going to agree with you or align with you on a deeper level, because you're not allowing yourself to like consider, you know, to like take that into consideration, take that part into consideration. You're only taking into consideration like the safety, the stability, and tangibly, am I gonna like be okay? Am I gonna have food and a house and a car and some money? But you're not taking into account like who you are, your heart and your personality, and what's gonna feel so meaningful to contribute to, and what's going to feel good to show up for every single day because it's like exciting, you know? You're taking your heart out of it. You're taking like you out of it, you know? And so no matter what you get into, it's always going to end up where you are right now. Dead, boring, stagnant, empty, barren, draining. You're always going to end up like that. As long as you keep taking yourself out of it, your heart out of it, you're just going to keep going in that cycle, be on that wheel, and have that same experience forever. And you don't want to do that. Like, you want to consider yourself. You want to take a risk, you know, and consider yourself, consider your heart, consider your personality, you and what you want to do and what you find exciting, and like aligning to your purpose and what's going to feel good to show up to every day because you're connected to it, you know? So this has to do with happiness. Like, you think your happiness is like more stable, But I think your happiness really has to do with like, maybe you don't have the biggest house on the block. Maybe you can't have like the nicest car. You know, I'm not saying you can't have those things. I'm just saying like maybe you have to make some sacrifices on material things if it means that it's like something that you really love, you know? It's like maybe the way you're measuring success. It's like I can afford this and this and this and this, and it's like all of this signaling of like wealth instead of like actual true happiness on the inside. Like it's like, well, maybe I can't afford these things, but like at least I'm doing something I'm passionate about and that I love and that I believe in and that I feel connected to. And that's what's gonna like drive you, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna give you the energy you need to keep going, to keep showing up, to keep living a life that's like enthusiastic, you know what I mean? And fun and full of life and excitement, instead of like continuing to betray yourself and your heart and your personality and like put those things on the back burner just because you think success looks a certain way, you know what I mean? Success is you being at peace and being happy, not whatever like textbook description, definition we have of success, you know what I mean? Especially in a society like the one we live in. I wouldn't go by that definition of success. I think that you'd probably feel very empty there, which is what I'm seeing here. And I'm seeing that you want to change, but it's like you haven't pinpointed. That's the illusion. It's like you haven't pinpointed the truth of why you feel empty. So I hope this reading could help you do that. Okay, Cancer, that was your message. I truly hope this served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time. Hey Leo, today we're going to be looking into what is your inner truth versus what is an illusion, so that hopefully we can shine a light on what is confused, cloudy, just what's not real that you're attaching yourself to, so that you can realign with what is real and what you can trust. So let's take a look at what comes through for you. Okay, Leo. So the energy that I'm seeing you in right now, Leo, is one that is very like loving and open and like just genuine, you know, like you want to be very giving and very like available for any of your friends and family. You're very open for connection right now, for conversation, for having good times, or being like a shoulder that someone can cry on, or just being very giving, very open, very emotional, very reciprocal. There's a softness in your energy, a kindness, a purity. So yeah, you're feeling very giving. Like I feel like everyone around you is very trusting. Or maybe you're just surrounding yourself right now with friends and family, or just making yourself available to these people, and it feels really nice. The energy feels very like warm, soft, and welcoming. So the illusion that I'm seeing here is very interesting. I am going to go ahead and pull a clarifier, but just at first glance, what I'm getting is that I don't know if like you're a part of a friends group and maybe you think that you're like a leader, like you're playing like a leader role in that friends group or something, or that everyone in that friends group is perceiving you to be a certain way. Or maybe this is like a masculine in that friend group that you're perceiving to be a certain way. Okay, but whichever one is resonating for you, if any of these resonate, I'm gonna pull a clarifier now. I feel like that's an illusion. So if you think like you're a leader, or if people are perceiving you as being a leader, that's an illusion. Or there could be, I'm seeing a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be, but there could be like someone in this group that you're perceiving to be like very in charge, very in control, very bold and confident, and like that's an illusion. So let me see. What is this? Ooh. So this could be someone that's older than you. I am getting masculine energy. Someone that has a lot of life, a lot of experience. Maybe you're thinking this person, I feel like you're thinking someone here. This could be a love interest as well. So I think you think someone here likes you, is finding you very attractive, is they have those kinds of feelings for you, and that could be an illusion. Or it could be that you think that you're being perceived that way, you know, as being, again, like that leader, that confident person that's large and in charge and making things happen and on the move, on the go, and that can be an illusion. Or the illusion is that someone you're seeing, they could be older than you and they could have a lot more like experiences under their belt, a lot more that they've done, a lot of places they've been to, a lot of places they've traveled. They could be very knowledgeable, like very smart, you know, like very like well read and stuff, cultured. There's an illusion that you have about this person. And I'm seeing this happening like in a friends group. But what's true, the truth here is that there is like love. Like there is a friendship, a strong friendship. Like everyone in this group like really does care about each other and cares about each other's well-being, and everyone seems happy here, comfortable, you know, open. But if you think like a romantic situation is gonna come out of this group or something, or if someone of this group, like if you think someone's attracted to you like in a deeper way, that's an illusion. Or if you think that there's someone in this group that you are going to end up with in a romantic way, that's also an illusion. It could also be that this person could be giving you attention, and like you think that you're special. Like you think that this person is only giving you that kind of attention, but it's like they're like that with everybody. I keep hearing a harem of women, and I'm seeing this card, which I usually associate this card with like friendship and like companionship and like a relationship that's very loving and giving, and where everyone's comfortable and open. And it's like the relationship that after work, after a long day, you can come together and you guys have a glass of wine and just relax, let your hair down, like you can be yourself with these people. So I feel like that energy exists, but I feel like there could be somebody here that could be giving you attention, and like there's so many different ways that this goes. Okay, so consider everything I've just said, but also there could be someone here that's giving you attention and you think that it's like specific to you, and you think like that means that they like you and they're attracted to you. But I think this person does that to everybody, you know, like they have a harem of women, you know, like they could have a harem of women. Like it's not specific or special to you, okay, is what I'm getting here. Is a possibility, because I'm also seeing that the other things that I brought up could also be true, that it's like you think you're the leader in this group, or that you are perceived as a leader, and that's an illusion. You know, maybe you think you're coming across more confident than what these people think you actually are, or you think you have some sort of persona and that people are believing you, but actually they're not, because these people seem to be very close to you, and it's like they know that maybe this is just a front that you're putting up, and maybe they're just waiting for you to like come clean and like, you know, address something, you know, like they're like, okay, we're just gonna let them like open up and talk about it on their own time. Like we know that it's just a facade that they're putting up, and we're here, we're open to talk about it whenever they want, but we're gonna let them take that initiative. So that could be it as well, okay? So yeah, take this how it resonates, because I already said that you think you have like some sort of leadership role or position, or this is how you're being perceived, that you're like very bold and confident, and that's not true. They're not like perceiving you in that way, because they sense that there's something more happening, something more going on. Because again, these look to be people that are close to you and that actually do care about you. And then another scenario is that there's someone in this group that you think this about. They could be older, masculine energy, again, well-traveled, like a teacher of some kind, have a lot of knowledge. And you think this person is like very large and in charge and in control, and a leader, and very passionate and in control of their passions and stuff. And that could be an illusion. Like you could probably not be seeing this person clearly. Maybe this person is going through it. Okay, so someone that's presenting as being strong is like they're actually going through something. Okay, whether that's you or someone in the group. Or the other option was that there's someone in this group that you think there could be like a relationship with. like a real, like one-on-one type of romance with, where you think that the attraction is there. Maybe you guys flirt, or you find this person attractive, or this person has made it obvious that they find you attractive, and you think that something can actually come from this, and really that's an illusion. Okay, because maybe this person gives this energy to a lot of people, not just you, or they're not exclusive, or like they leak their energy out everywhere. Like this could be a player type of a person. They could also be like hitting on your friends or something. So this isn't someone you would want to like have like a real intimate like relationship with, because I don't think they'd be capable of it. They can probably only give you like sexual energy, okay? Like it wouldn't be able to turn into anything else is what I'm seeing here. But I am seeing that the group is solid. The group looks good, but there's just something. The illusion has to do with someone in this group, whether it's you or someone else, or like a relationship, like a budding romance, or like sexual tension with someone that you think could turn into something like serious. And that's just not the case, okay? So yeah, the advice here, what to realign with, is to realign with the truth. It's like something that you see like so abundant and so big. It's not really that way. They want you to be able to see like the lack in it, and to actually actively fight against it. So maybe this is the romance one, because that's like, it's looking like it's making more sense for it to be like the romance one, because it's saying like, see that there is no potential here for like a good relationship, an intimate relationship, like the kind of relationship that you would want, that feels safe and secure. Like it doesn't seem like that. It seems like this would just be a sexual relationship, and there would be other people involved. And to see that it's not valuable just because you're attracted to this person, it's not valuable. Or if this is a person that's in your group, to see that maybe they're lying. I don't know. Like there's someone around here that there's a clear message to move away from, or just not trust in them, don't believe them, like they're not what they present themselves to be, or like there's not truth to what they present. And if it's you, like if it's you that you're putting on this larger than life persona, but you're really going through something like money issues or something, or feeling disconnected in some way, which I don't see that really coming from your energy. So I don't know. I don't think that one's it. But maybe for some people, maybe that could resonate. If it's you, just come clean. Don't try to fight off this reality. Don't feel embarrassed because you don't want to tell like your friends the truth. I feel like your friends love you and they want to be there for you. They want to support you, and you could use that love and support. So just be honest, drop your guard and tell the truth. Don't feel like you have to be in this alone. Address it. I feel like there's something here that you don't want to look at, you don't want to address, you don't want to like deal with or something. So yeah, you could just be feeling very insecure or something, or small, like smaller than something, and like that's why you're scared to deal with it directly. Whether it's like you want this person to be real, it's like, oh, but I love them, I love the illusion of them, and like this image of them that I've created in my mind, and I want that to be real, I don't want to let that go, and there's something about that like not being real that makes you feel very small. But it's like it's time to address it and deal with the reality of whatever this is. This is kind of a confusing one. Let me know if this is resonating, because I'm a little confused by this message. You guys had a lot of cards that came out. But yeah, like if you're not being honest in some way, they're saying to come clean, because what can happen is then that you lose the trust of these people. And these are good people. Like they seem to be good friends. And you don't want to lose their trust, where it's like they don't like know when you're being honest and when you're not being honest, because like they couldn't trust you before. So how do they know that they can trust you now? Like you don't want to like mess with the trust here. So just come clean, be honest, bring the relationship like back to honesty. You know what I mean? Like back into alignment, to justice, to truth. Or it could be like one of your friends' boyfriends is hitting on you. If that's the case, tell her, okay? You need to tell her. Or, whatever. It doesn't have to be a her or a him, like as it resonates. There's a person in the friends group that is committed, and they're giving you energy, and maybe you like it or something. And they can sense like that they can do that to you because maybe they sense a certain type of insecurity in you, and like that you would keep going with it, or that you would feel flattered. And maybe that's why you won't tell whoever you need to tell, if that's the case. And has this been going on for some time? I don't know. Something here is fishy. I feel like the friends group is solid. The friends group is solid. There's someone in the friends group there's something fishy. Something or someone's obviously not being honest, and that's the illusion. And the truth is like that you owe someone friendship, or there's friendship, there's real friendship that exists here. So like hold somebody accountable is what I'm seeing. I'm also saying be hard to get to. Don't just trust anybody, because I do see you in a very like open, loving position. So maybe you're just like trusting. You're very trusting, and you need to be more discerning, more cold. Not towards like your friends group, but it's like towards a very specific character here. It's someone that comes across as very like confident and like dominant and bold, and you know, like they can be an entrepreneur, they can own their own business, they can travel, they can be older. It's like someone like that. Okay, don't get taken by that person. I feel like that person's a fraud, it's an illusion. Don't open up to that person. Don't continue opening yourself up to that person, or don't be that person. Honesty is the best policy, right? We'll leave it at that. Okay, Leo, I'm so sorry if this message was all over the place, or if like something didn't make sense, or if it was confusing in any way. If you have any questions, just let me know. I hope this served you. I hope it helped you in some way. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves. I hope to see you guys around here again very soon. And until next time, bye.